Oh, this is Malcolm. Um, Today I am going to stream for you Lords of Waterdeep, which is a computer game port of a board game that I believe Wizards of the Coast created and licensed for the D&D franchise. But Waterdeep is a city, and Lords of Waterdeep is a worker placement slash engine building game, a strategy game. Um, that I like to play with my friends, but this time I'm going to play it with an AI or two. I will play a game without any of the expansions, and then if there's time, I may start a game with the DLC, the two expansions. I found out last night that contrary to the advice that I got from, I believe, their support people a year or two ago, that only one person playing Lords of Waterdeep needed the DLC, in order to use it with all the people playing. It turns out that no, in fact, um, everyone needs to purchase the DLC, or the expansions, in board game lingo in order to play it online with each other. So it's not a particularly high um, bar to entry. I think the game is $10 on Steam, and the two DLC packs are $2 on Steam each, so it's $14 total. Which is less than most sort of indie level games are. I think they tend to be around $15 to $19. And this is a board game that, assuming you do play it with your friends, and I've been playing this during the pandemic 2 or 3 times a week, I would say, with friends, remotely. I've got one in Maryland, and I'm in California. I've got another one in California who started playing it with me. Um, it's kind of amusing. It's pretty well balanced. I think the original game without the DLC is more well balanced than the one with both DLCs active, but the one with both DLCs active is interesting, and I hope to show you why. All right, so I will play against two AIs set on easy, which means I have a sort of average chance of winning. I'm not actually good at this game, but I do enjoy playing it. So for playing the AI, playing single player, I do offline, and then I create a game, and this guy's actually an average player, so I'm gonna get him out of there and put two simple players. All right, so it's me in the red sashes, and then two simple AI characters playing the Knights of the Shield and the City Guard. And I'm going to turn off the expansions for this game. So there's 8 rounds, and each round you have a certain number of agents that you place that help you gather the resources you need to finish quests and do other things to accumulate victory points. The person with the highest victory points at the end wins, but there's lots of different sort of modifiers. So as you earn victory points, your counter goes around this victory point track that's around the edge of the board. And it can go higher than 100. I usually get around 150 to 200 points. Um, so, like, if I were to take this Arcana quest and complete it, it would be worth 4 victory points, and it would also give me a purple block, which is a wizard, and return one of my assigned agents to my pool. So you each start out with a hidden lord, only you know what it is, and you look at it in the PC game by clicking your icon, and then you can see that and it's random for each game. So I have a lord that gives me bonuses for piety quests and skullduggery quests, and there are 5 different types of quests. I start out with an arcana quest and a commerce quest. Note, those are not bonuses for me, right? and those are random. And you also start out with 2 intrigue cards. I have one that gives me soldiers, which is the orange cubes, and one that lets me have a quest that I want out of 3, because I'll draw 3 because it's the number of players. So all these cards and powers act differently depending on the number of players there are, depending on sort of what your lord is and what their strengths are, and so on. So it's kind of a complicated game with lots of room for replays. Um, People tend to like it because it's a relatively fast game that does worker placement. There's usually a lot of thinking time. I've shortened it because I've played it so many times that I sort of know what my options are. But if you're new to the game, there's a lot of thinking time between the turns where you place your agents. The more familiar you get with the game, the faster you go because you're not taking as much time to consider your options. Um, so new players take a longer time to complete an 8-round game than experienced players, but it's not a huge difference. I would say that as an experienced player, I can maybe playing with AIs, I can get through a game in a half an hour to 45 minutes. Um, Playing with my new friend last night, I think it took us about an hour and a half to get through a game. Um, so it's all about sort of priority, right? So what I want to do usually when I have a lord of this type where I get bonuses based on the quests that I complete is that I want to stay as close as possible to those goals and only complete quests that are to the lord's advantage. The other thing is that you just don't have time to complete that many quests. And then the other thing to look at in quests, and I don't know if we have any to show you right now. Oh, here's one. Um, so plot quests are special. Most quests, as you can see on the board, are not plot quests. They don't have a little readout here that says plot quests. And normal quests, the non-plot quests, give you a reward, and that's it. You stick them in the stack, and the next time you see them is at the very end of the game when you're counting the different kinds of quests that you've completed. But a plot quest that says plot quest means that it has powers that give you bonuses throughout the game after you complete it. So if I were to complete this commerce quest, infiltrate the Builder's Hall, then whenever I bought a building, I would score an additional 4 victory points. It's not when I'm holding it as an active quest, but when I've actually completed it that the plot quest's ongoing action takes place. So um, there's that. And then the other thing to know is that Waterdeep Harbor is special in that it's the only place that the base game lets you play right off, play your intrigue cards. So you would put an agent in Waterdeep Harbor and you would pick an intrigue card to play and then work out its effects. But once the round is complete, once all the players have played all of their normal agents, we go back and we take spots 1, 2, and 3 out of Waterdeep Harbor and replay those agents before the round is done. So the thing about playing the influence card, or the intrigue cards at Waterdeep Harbor is that you get to play an intrigue card, and then at the end of the round you get to replay that agent, which is awesome. It's like having a bonus move, right? So you kind of have to balance things and figure out what things are important to you and what things are not. And then finally, the other sort of piece to consider is the buildings, which you build at Builder's Hall. And each building has, well, let's go close up on the House of Good Spirits. So if you play an agent at Builder's Hall, you can pay for a building that you can afford and put it into play. And then, so you pay for it by the cost here in the upper left. And that's the gold. That's the sort of square with the circle punched through it. That's a gold piece. So you need to have enough gold to pay for it. Once you pay for it, you put it into play. It becomes another space that someone can play an agent on. And if they do, if it's not you, they get the main benefit of the building, which in this case is a soldier and a wild block that they can choose. And you get the owner benefit. If you play on your own building, you don't get the owner benefit. You just get the main benefit. There is one plot quest you can complete if you can find it and complete it that will allow you to get both the primary benefit and the owner benefit, but there's only one. And then the last thing to know when you're building from the Builder's Hall is that this red number in the lower right corner is the number of victory points you will get for building the building. Buildings that go neglected accumulate more victory points on build as they sort of mature through the game, through the 8 rounds. Um, so it can become advantageous to build a building that you don't think anyone will ever use just because it's got enough victory points stacked on it. So yeah, let's go ahead. So I, in fact, am going to build, let's see. So what I know about the game is that I have piety and skullduggery, which loosely translates to wanting to get a bunch of white blocks, which are priests, and a bunch of black blocks, which are rogues or thieves. Um, but all the quests have different requirements. So, like, even though Arcana loosely translates to wanting to get a bunch of purple blocks, these wizards, this particular quest also needs soldiers, which are orange blocks. So it's not fixed. It's just a sort of a theme. Okay, so I think my priority is that I want to get some piety and skullduggery quests. So what I am going to do is play an agent at Cliffwatch Inn on the space that lets me discard all the face-up quest cards and draw new cards, and then take one from that new deal. So I'm skullduggery and piety, I believe. Yeah, so I'm going to take the one piety quest that came up. And then it deals another one, and that's a skullduggery in its place. And then I press the green button to confirm that I'm done with my turn. And then the AIs do their thing. So it looks like I may be in competition with one of the AIs for skullduggery. So what I will probably do is focus on piety. So this is the active quest that I want to complete. And what I want to do is I want to collect the blocks I need to complete it, right? So my next 2 plays will be, I'll go to the Field of Triumph. That will get me the 2 blocks, the 2 orange blocks that I need. And I could also have played at Waterdeep Harbor and played one of my intrigue cards that allows me to um, get 2 orange blocks as well and do other things. Now Waterdeep Harbor is full, so I can't play there anyway. So I'm going to go back and look at my piety quest and see that I need 1 black block and 2 white blocks. And the other thing is that something happened in the intervening turns which took away one of my my orange blocks, which is super irritating, and means I have to do extra work to finish that quest. This happens a lot. Lords of Waterdeep is full of actions you can take to interfere with other people. Usually it has to do with intrigue cards. And I just sort of missed that it happened because it happened quickly. But I can adapt and keep going. So I will I'll go to the Grinning Lion Tavern and get rogues. And now Waterdeep Harbor is getting emptied out of agents that are being played by the AIs. And that's the end of round one. All right, I'm still first, so that's this little white thing. If you ever lose first place, you can get it back at Castle Waterdeep, which also gives you another intrigue card. I'm gonna play this conscription where I take 2 soldiers and then I choose one of my opponents to take 1 soldier. And what I'll usually do is look at them. So to look at them right now, I can see Lord Bly Roldagost here on the right. And if I click the gray one, I can see Auburn Iron Fist on the right. And so usually what I do is I see like how many victory points do they have, who's lowest, um, what have I gleaned about how they play and how many, what kind of quests do they like, and how can I figure out the least useful player from their perspective to get the orange cube. So think I think I'll give it to Oberyn. And then I've already got enough to complete this plot quest. The question is, do I want to? The reason is it's not one of my lord's primary quests. And the other way you can tell a primary quest for your lord is whether it has this little symbol in the lower right corner, which doesn't show that way. So you have to see it in your view of your active quests. But if it does, that means that's one that will be a bonus for you and your lord. So I think I will ignore this opportunity to complete this quest and just click the green arrow. So they got 2 victory points because I didn't have any wizards or priests. I'm actually going to play here to get a soldier and a priest, and knowing that it will give Lord Bly Roldagost a soldier if I do so. I think I'm going to stay out of the buildings game largely, unless the AIs take their time and don't build buildings. Here I get to choose whether I want to give one of my soldiers to Oberyn Iron Fist in return for 3 victory points. I think I will, actually, because I don't need them. I don't need as many as I have. If you get a mandatory quest, you have to complete it before you can complete any other quest. Okay, so now I finally have enough resource to complete the piety quest. So I'll complete it and get 11 victory points and 4 gold pieces. This is a great building for boosting your resources because you turn any 2 blocks in and you get any 3 blocks back. It does, however, give the owner 2 gold, so use it with advisement. All right, so this agent is the one that came out of Waterdeep Harbor. So it's my last play for the round. I'm gonna redeal again. See if I can get another piety quest. No, but there are 2 skullduggeries, and one of them is a plot quest. I'm gonna look at it. That one doesn't look too hard to complete. And then the other skullduggery is this one. Oh, it's another plot quest. Oh, I think I'll choose this one. I actually like this one quite a bit. So you get 2 victory points every time you play an intrigue card. which sort of um, incentivizes playing entry cards. All right. So that was round two, already a quarter of the way through the game. I'm just gonna focus on this. So I've got one soldier, so I need three more rogues and one wizard. So I'll do one Grinning Lion Tavern. Nice. Okay. And then I have 8 gold. I'm wondering, yeah, this doesn't take gold, so I think I'm actually gonna buy. I'm gonna buy the Fetlock Court because I will benefit from the owner benefit, and I don't necessarily need it. So because they used it, I get the owner benefit, and I need one wizard, so I'm gonna get it. Oh, and then I have one my play. All right, so card just yet. I need one black cube. I don't think I can get one right now. Can't. All right, so let me look at these. There's that skullduggery, and boy, that one's expensive. Look, it takes 8 rogues to complete that one. So I think I'll take this one. And I'm out of cash, so I'll get a couple of cash while I'm getting the quest. Oh, there's a piety. And they took it. So Lord Bly, Rodagast, I think, I don't know if they're directly in competition with me. It's hard to say early in the game. We're already, oh, Oberyn Iron Fist took the first player token from me. Bastard. I'm going to take wizards when I don't have any reason to take soldiers, because wizards are objectively harder to get a hold of. Okay. Now I need one more rogue. Oh, and I do actually, well, wait a minute. I think I'm going to finish this. Yeah, I think I'm going to finish this one first, the bottom one, because it's more generically helpful. So let's go to Grinning Lion again. Oh, and I can't. All right, never mind. I'm going to finish this one. It's not worth victory points until I complete, until I play intrigue. So what I want to do is play intrigue cards. I only have one, but I may as well play it, right? And I will. And look, there none of them is helpful for me, so I'll take the plot quest peevishly so that others cannot have it. Also, it's if I did complete it, it would be mildly helpful. So I got 2 victory points for playing the intrigue card. But if you look, it says whenever you take an action that provides a wizard, also draw a intrigue card, which would help supply me with intrigue cards I need to get the victory points that I got from the other plot quest. So I think I actually will complete that Arcana quest because I'm so close to it. I just need a wizard. I've got the cash, and it will help me. And it's still the first half of the game. If I were playing with human opponents, it would also help throw them off the scent of the fact that my actual priority is piety and skullduggery. Um, and now I will take back the first player token and get an intrigue card. All right, so now we're halfway through the game. I will play, I think, the intrigue card. Remove. Oh, it's an attack card. What do I want? I want wizards and priests. So the Lord has one wizard. Oberyn's got 3. I'm going to attack the Lord because he's got higher victory points. Nice. And then because I got it, I get another intrigue card because I got that wizard. And because I played it, I get an extra few victory points from the other plot quest. This is why we build engines in this game. Is essentially we want to build a bunch of plot quests that sort of chain off of each other. And again, I'll take a wizard because I'll get an injury card for it. No, I won't because I didn't do the play action. Okay, so this one is spread the wealth. Yes, don't mind if I do. And Oberyn's got a bunch of cash. I think I'll give it to Lord Rollercost because he doesn't have that many coins. And again, another few victory points because I played another intrigue card. And I think I'll build Dragon Tower because it will also potentially get me more intrigue cards. And I can just afford it. So I turned my game into being all about wizards and intrigue cards, even though I'm not an Arcana Lord. But we'll see how it goes. Oberyn's shot to the lead. Um, so I can get another wizard and another intrigue card. There's a bunch of Skullduggery quests out. Let's look at them. I don't know, I feel like I should concentrate on this one, but I don't really have any way to do. Yeah, let's get a wizard, get another intrigue card. Uh, get a quest and get an intrigue card. I'll get this quest because it gives me intrigue cards. It's costly though. All right, and then oh, this is funny. So I would get uh, a wizard and an intrigue card for that, and another intrigue card. Let's do that. That's silly. Okay, round six. Um, got the intrigue cards. Oh yeah, that looks like fun. Let's do that. Because we want piety. I don't know. Do we want skullduggery or piety? Let's do piety. That's not bad. Oh yeah, I'll take a wizard. There's so many wizards that I probably won't need. I'll get some money and a piety quest. I want this one, or do I want that one? Ooh, cash. Or this one. I think I want. Let's go with cash. Okay. Okay. Uh, I need 2 black. I'm not gonna get 2 black, am I? Would give me 2 gold and lose the Lord one of his rogues. That's silly. I might need it later, but I don't need it right now. That's wizards. I think I do need wizards, don't I? For some of my stuff. Yeah, let's play for wizards. Look at those wizards. Priests. I apologize. I besmirched the discipline of priesthood. All right. Oh, the Lord needs some help because he's like 20 points low of over. I'm pretty low too. All right. I get more victory points for that intrigue card. That's good. I think it's just 2 each time, but 2 is better than nothing. This guy gets a free building from the buildings plan. Ooh, the ambassador. This lets you sort of buy forward to getting a more powerful round in the future. So it's not that useful for round 8. Um, Only those rogues, which I'm just not going to get. I don't know why I keep looking at it. So there's this one for more churn and intrigue cards. Um, I could get, why don't I get soldiers? Because I'm gonna need soldiers no matter what I do, except for maybe that one. Oh, no, let's get cash. We get cash so that we'll be closer to finishing that one. Alright, so playing off of Waterdeep Harbor, I'm going to go here and get more intrigue cards and another wizard. Arcane Mishap. I do like Arcane Mishap. That's a fun one. Now I will go. Will I go to the Field of Triumph? Yeah, let's go to the Field of Triumph. So now I can actually complete a quest if I feel like it. Yeah, I think I'll complete this one. Keep up. Okay. Um, let's do Arcane Mishap. Ooh, mandatory quest. Ooh, I got chosen for the bonus priest. Okay. Um, round 7 is for focusing on finishing quests. We'll do this and get some cash. Okay. Um, I want all. I don't like those bonuses. Um, let's get the first player token back for round 8. That's a useful one. And then the 2 skullduggeries that I want to complete just need rogues, and I don't have any rogues. So let me check. I know I can't play the intrigue cards, but I want to see what my sort of position is. Return to the supply. Yeah, that's not useful. Gives me cash. Yeah, I don't have anything. So I'm going to get another intrigue card to see if that helps. That one. It does not. My agent at Waterdeep will get another couple of intrigue cards. Mm -hmm. I don't know what that second one was. Okay. And then round 8, I have first play. I will go here. Somebody already did that. It's too bad. That means I can't do it. Really don't have. Guess I could. I don't know if I can do this one. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can bribe agent and go up here because I think that would be hilarious. Let's see. I'm just gonna try it. If it doesn't work, then I'll do something else. I can. Hilarious. All right. So I'm gonna give him 2 wizards. I'm gonna get 3 rogues. And then I'm going to complete um 5. This one. Yeah. So I can get more intrigue cards. So I might as well end the game with as many intrigue cards as possible. Look, spies. I can get spies. Maybe I will. We'll see. Spies. I call them rogues, but I guess they're spies. This one, this warfare with the bird on it, is great to get early in the game. And there's another warfare one with a woman with a glowing sword that is like this, but even stronger. It's more expensive, of course. Um, yeah, let's get some spies. Oh, I actually got an extra spy. I am well behind on victory points from Lord Bly rolled a cost, but we'll see how it goes. The end game of counting all the cards and other stuff that you've accumulated across the game can significantly change the outcome of the game. So we'll see how it goes. So I have 5 and 5, so I can do this one. But can I do this one? I need some soldiers. Let's get some soldiers. Um, I'll just get the conventional ones. Okay, and then I've got 2 more plays from Waterdeep Harbor. So these are the ones that count, right? I've got 2 rogues. I don't have enough cash to complete this one. Even if I get 2 rogues. I guess I would if I got 2 rogues. So let's get the cash. And I don't But the problem is I don't know if I can get any more rogues. I don't think I can because this would help, but I can't play it. There's no spaces that allow me to play it. So the other question is whether there's any other thing that I can complete like this one, and there is. So maybe I should just do that. It's not my lord's specialty, but it's still worth 6 victory points and 3 more victory points for each one of these wizard blocks. Okay, and then my second agent from Waterdeep Harbor. Um, there's no way for me to get the rogues that I need. Uh, so then the second question is, how can I get more blocks? And it looks like I can't play any injury cards, so even though these are tempting, they're not going to help me. So the best thing for me to do is really just go one of these places that gives me a single block. So let's go this one. Since we get bonuses for that one, we get an extra intrigue card even though we can't play it. So the game is almost over now, I believe. It's over. Oh, those guys get to complete one more quest. Okay, so I'm down by almost 20 points, but it's still a possibility that I may come out on top. We'll see. The easy AIs are not that great at completing quests that are to their benefit, so it's possible that I'll catch up because I tried to be focused, but we'll see. Not quite. Woo, still last. See, this is me. All right. We have a little time, so I'm going to start a game with both of the DLCs enabled, which is a longer game. I'm not going to be able to finish it in time, but I'll have the same AIs, even if I don't comment too much. There are more lords. So Skullport is this, and the corruption track, and Undermountain is this, and they both bring a bunch of cards with them. The Skullport expansion, the main thing to know about the conspiracy track is every time you get a skull, you remove it from the corruption track. And so the first skull will open this hex, and all skulls that players are holding will be worth -1. This, the next three are safe. Well, the next two are safe, and they're also worth -1. But once we get 4 out, then all skulls are worth -2, and that goes until you get to -9 per skull, which can be severely crippling for your end game. There are cards that make it easier. There are cards that allow you to return skulls once you receive them. It's not all or nothing, but you can see that the sort of default spaces that have skulls are more powerful because they cost you a skull, because you have to hold a skull if you use them, right? Like you can go to Slaver's Market, and it's the equivalent of going to both Field of Triumph and the Grinning Lion Tavern with one agent, but you also take a skull. So if you have cards, or if buildings come up, or if quests arrive that allow you to return skulls, then maybe it's worth it to go to the Skullport buildings. And there are Builders Hall buildings that also give you skulls. But maybe it's not worth it. It really depends on how many skulls you have, how many you think you can get rid of, and how many you can sort of nullify as you play with your various intrigue cards and plot quest cards and so on. So it adds another dimension of bookkeeping. The other thing is, instead of quests maxing out at 25 points, you get these quests that are super expensive, but they also give you 40 victory. And there's one per quest type, so there's 200 points available in those quests alone, not counting all the other stuff. So these skulls here are ones that you take, but some quests, like this one, allow you to return. So if the reward on the quest says end return, or says just return, that means you are returning that skull back to the corruption track. You no longer hold it, and it reduces the count of how much the skulls are worth. There are also quest rewards and entry cards that allow you to just remove skulls from the game, which can be helpful or not, depending. Like some of them are like, you can remove skull X number of skulls in your tavern from the game. That means you're no longer holding them, but they're also not in the corruption track. So they're still making the skulls worth fewer points. So you need to sort of keep an eye out for the wording on the rewards for the quests and in the wording for the entry cards. All right, so I'm just going to show you a little bit of play, and I'm not going to finish this game because I want to finish at an hour here. I have a lord. He's commerce and piety. The quests I'm holding are commerce. So I think I may just go with this. You can see the plot quest reward here is if I assign an agent to Aurora's realm, I can take another 4 gold if I take a skull. But let's start that. That sounds like one that we can even complete right now. So it doesn't immediately give me a skull, but the first time I play on Aurora's realm, I'll get the choice. I can either take 4 gold with no skull or 8 gold with a skull. And in the early game, I might choose to take that skull because I figure I can get rid of that skull later on. In fact, let's do that right now. Hot Quest gives me the choice to take a skull and 4 gold. Now my skull count is 1, and all the skulls that anybody takes will be worth -1. Well, they'll be whatever they're worth on the corruption track at the end of the game. As you hold them, they're not really worth any negative points, but at the end of the game, they're worth negative points if you're still holding them. Right? Things are happening. What am I? Commerce and piety. Oh, piety. All right. So if I'm piety, then I probably want this one, which I can afford. So I'm going to do it. Within the watch. Oh, within the watch. Yeah. Okay. Um, let me take another skull. Taking skulls with wild abandon. Yes. Nice. So I get one. Yay. The AOs are super fast, although they do sometimes take some thinking time. So it's only a few seconds, but they do sometimes take thinking time. All right, I'm still first player. I want to finish this one. I think I do. This time I'm not going to take the skull. So I'll complete this. I'll get victory points and 4 rogues. All right, I don't have any active quests, so I should get some. And again, I look to make sure that I know what I'm taking. Commerce and piety. There's only one commerce. I guess I'll take it. Steal gems from the Bone Throne. I need is true wizard. Oh, and I'll get a bunch of money. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna go to Skull Island if I can. And early part of the game is when you accumulate skulls. Later part of the game is when you desperately try to get rid of them. Or get cards that help you ignore them. Or just eat it. That's the other thing, is that you can just eat the penalty that you get for having skulls in your hand. Um, oh, that looks nice. Let's do that one. Spend 2, get rid of 2 skulls. Yeah. And then the other players can pay more and just return 1 skull, but it's their choice. Either one did. Okay. Um, what's this one? Oh yeah, this one's awesome. We'll do that one. Still my turn. Weird. I should be able to complete this one. Yeah, I just need 2 rogues. So now each time I build a building, I can take a skull that I have in my tavern and put it on any action space. It doesn't have to be the building that I want, that I built. I have an outrageous number of victory points at this point compared to the others. Piety and commerce. Yeah, let's build this one. Delver's Folly. And because I built a building, I can put the skull. I feel like these guys have been using the Slaver's Market and the Hall of the Voice too much, so let's put it on the Slaver's Market. This time, the next person who goes to the Slaver's Market gets 2 skulls. Yay, a bonus skull! Now they put the extra one on Slaver's Market, so they get a bonus skull and a bonus priest. Wow. This only gives me victory points, but that's fine. That interferes with me, though. Look at that. They put it right there on Aurora's Realms. That's some irritating nonsense. So I don't. Oh, I could use. Let's do corrupting influence. Let's get nasty. If we're gonna be like that, then we're gonna be like that, right? So that means I can put 1 on the Hall of the Voice, and I want it on Builder's Hall. Yeah, let's put it on Builder's Hall. That's funny, right? Haha. You gotta factor in whether it's gonna affect you. I'm hoping that somebody else will hit Builder's Hall before I hit it again. Um, Yeah, and it won't let me go to Waterdeep Harbor because I can't play this because I don't have any skulls to remove, so that's fair. But I will get. Oh, maybe I want this one. Oh, yeah, I like that one. Expensive in cash, very expensive. Funny. Cool. Um, Field of Triumph, no. Now let's go to Blackstaff Tower. Still my first turn. Normally I would go to Aurora's Realms. Maybe I'll just do it. I'll just do it. I'll spike bullet. And I'll pay the extra. I'll get 2 skulls from this. But it will put me up to what I need to complete this quest. So all I need now is the rogues and the soldiers. Which I could potentially do by hitting Slaver's Market if I want the extra skull. Ah, let's try it the less glamorous, less scully way. Oh, there we go. Um, Mirth and Piety. Yeah, let's do that. All right, and my last play for round 4 is where I will quit. Um, Zero this out. Ooh, 7 skulls. All right, that's it. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, I love sort of narrating what I'm doing or explaining what's going on. It helps me sort of solidify my understanding of the game itself, which is a kind of pleasure. Anyway, um, as always, I hope you take care of yourself and your family and your pets, and that they take care of you, and that you have a good week. Take the rest that you need and enjoy yourself while you can. I know it's been hard, keeps being hard. I hope that you have some respite. Take good care.